After a disappointing 41-14 loss in Week 3 against the Philadelphia Eagles, we are now here in Week 4 playing at home against the Indianapolis Colts, who are also 2-1. They have a better overall defense at an 83. We have an 85 overall offense. So it's going to be an interesting challenge. I don't know who's going to be starting for them. I'm assuming it's going to be Anthony Richardson, but it could be Daniel Jones, just depending on the overalls in the game. We have no injuries yet this season, which is good. Kenny Moore is out for them, which is obviously a good thing, and both of their tackles are out. So we could definitely use that to our advantage on defense to get to the quarterback, whichever one they do end up playing. Very, very excited to get into today's game. We have some players ready to negotiate. We kind of looked at the end of last episode and looked into extending a couple of them. Still kind of standing firm on the fact that Davante Adams probably won't be on the team past the trade deadline, no matter if we are competing or not for a playoff spot. At 2-1, still too early to tell, but I think he will be gone either way. We have some younger receivers who can try and step up and fill those shoes. And obviously getting the ball to Puka Nacua a couple more times a game is not the worst thing ever either. Tutu Atwell is one of those receivers. He could play his way into a contract extension this season if we do end up trading Davante Adams. So we'll have to look at that. Kobe Durant, I wouldn't mind having back. It's not a large deal for a corner of his value. And it is a 2-year deal, so it's not bad at all. Quentin Lake, I definitely want to look into bringing back. I think we should probably go ahead and do that now. And I would not mind a longer deal here. So we're gonna try this and see if he accepts it. He does. He's happy to sign and continue playing for our organization. So that is good to see. Kobe Durant will go ahead and try and bring back as well right now. Wouldn't mind doing a 3-year deal and lowering the salary just a tiny bit. And he does need more money apparently. So he might not be back. We might try and do a 2-year deal and see if he accepts that. Nate Landman wouldn't be a bad guy to have back. He is the highest overall linebacker we currently have, but he does not want to be back with us. So that'll kind of be a steep hill to climb in terms of trying to get him back. Rob Havenstein is going to be interesting. He's not going to be back on the team. He's probably going to be like Davante Adams, someone we trade even if we are in playoff contention. At 33, going to be 34 years old at star dev with 84 overall. Probably not someone that's going to be on the team much longer than the trade deadline. Akello Witherspoon is not going to be on the team next year, just an aging corner with normal dev. He wants $6 million over 1 year. It's just not going to happen. Tyler Higbee won't be back. He'll probably be someone that gets traded. So our tight end room is going to be completely brand new next season. Probably going to look to draft a tight end at some point in the draft as well. Should be able to at least get a second-round pick for Davante Adams, I would think, if not a little bit more. So if we have a couple of second-round picks, could be something we look to invest in at that point in the draft. As far as the college players, we can take a look at the prospects here and see who we have. Let's start with tight end here. We can go to tight end and see. So a lot of round 1 and round 1 to 2 talents here. We don't know a lot about them yet. Could be something we use a focus scouting on or something like that. You never know. Jack Scott has a deep route running out of Michigan State. He is 6'6", 259. So he doesn't look terrible. Great to good on a lot of stuff. And that is all we know about him actually is his deep route running. So that is an A, so that's not bad at all. Could look, potentially into drafting a tight end, like I said. So he could be someone. We'll go ahead and set him as a favorite for now. But at the quarterback position, that's going to be the real big position of need to start off the rebuild. Matthew Stafford probably won't be on the team next year. If he retires, it'll go that way. If not, we probably trade him in the offseason or at least attempt to. The quarterbacks, don't know a lot about them, obviously. We're early into the season. As we get into the season more, we'll be able to learn more about them. All right, we will be receiving the kickoff from Indianapolis here, so we'll have to wait to see who they are starting at quarterback today. I would assume Anthony Richardson, just in the game, probably has a higher overall than Daniel Jones. Will take this return out to the 28-yard line, and that is where you will see Matthew Stafford, the veteran quarterback, coming into today's game. Last year, not a bad season overall. Had a little bit lower of touchdown pass total than you'd like to see from a quarterback of his stature. But we will see what we can do today going up against the 2-1 Colts. We're going to hand this first play off to Kyron Williams here up the middle, see what he can do, gets a yard on that play. Couldn't quite get back into the gap there before it got filled by the defender. So we weren't able to get too many yards on that play. And like I said, Tutu Atwell is someone that could play his way into a contract extension. So we're going to be looking to hopefully get the ball to him a little bit more. Nice block from the running back there. And we get it to Puka Nacua over the middle of the field. Gets a first down. So a nice start on offense here up to the 45-yard line after 2 plays. We're going to hand this ball off again to Kyron Williams here. Cut it back inside, gets nothing. Swallowed immediately, actually a loss of 1 on the play. And we will quickly back it up to 2nd and 11 now. Puka on that whip route outside, or in the slot to the left, doesn't look bad. We're going to go ahead and hit him on that, and he drops it. Corner might have got a hand on that, but that is definitely a pass that Puka Nacua needs to bring in otherwise. And we're going to go ahead and throw it to him again, and it is overthrown. I held the button too long. All right, well, it will be Anthony Richardson on the field for Indianapolis. Those are the stats from rookie season for him. And after a very good punt return, the Colts start at the 34-yard line. A very disappointing first drive for us. You know, after a couple of games now, need to get used to playing with the accuracy meter still. So a nice run for Jonathan Taylor, 11 yards on that play right away. So another first down for Indianapolis here to start their game. We've been giving up a lot of first downs on defense these first couple of weeks of the season, so really need to kind of fine-tune some things here, especially in the running game. A lot of running backs early in the season have been getting to us. Dameon Pierce did, especially. And those are the stats last week for Jonathan Taylor. Not a bad week in the pros for him. Someone that's really probably going to have to carry this Colts offense with the way that Anthony Richardson has been playing in real life. So we're going to see what we can do today against AR. Throw over the middle. That is caught. I thought I knocked that ball out. 3rd and inches over to the 45-yard line. And we will see what we can do to hold the Colts to a punt here on 3rd and inches. Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. This will be a quarterback sneak. Anthony Richardson gets it to the 43-yard line. And that'll be a first down, fresh set of downs for the Colts offense here. Not what you want to see early in the game. For our defense, we need to tighten up a little bit here. Throw over the middle. It's picked off Omar Spates. That will be his 4th interception in as many weeks. Had 2 in week 1. And he is dominating to start this season. Leads the league in interceptions coming into this week and adds another one to his total. And we take over at the 44-yard line after a nice return of about 20 yards there on the pick. Kyron Williams up the middle has a lane, gets a first down, gets about 13 on that play. And a fresh set of downs immediately for us on offense. So 5:40 as we come out of the huddle here in the first quarter. We are moving into Colts territory here. Handoff off the left side. We can't get around the corner. Tackled for a loss of 1 on the play. And we're going to go ahead and run a screen here to Kyron Williams. Like I said last video, want to see more of Blake Corum. He has moved into more of the power back role, so we're going to try and get him on the field a little bit more often here in the game. Kyron Williams, nice move, gets 4 on that play, makes it a 3rd and 7, so a little more manageable. But yeah, want to get Blake Corum on the field. We'll see him a little bit more. It reset the depth chart for some reason after week 1, and he was not in the power back role anymore, so got to fix that. Throw out to Kyron Williams out of the backfield, incomplete, hit as we throw it. And that brings up a 4th and 7, so we do end up having to punt here on our 2nd possession after the turnover. Disappointing, but a nice punt there. That should get out around the 5 or 6 yard line. Gets out at the 4, actually. Actually, we're going to come out of the blitz here. AR in the gun empty here on the 4-yard line. Richardson rolling. Spates gets to him. Not a sack, gain of 1 for Anthony Richardson, but Omar Spates flying around the field early in this game, and that's what we like to see from him. Could probably be playing himself into a couple of upgrade points here quickly in this season. Nice throw over the middle. Anthony Richardson gets 16 on that play up to the 21-yard line. Fresh set of downs for Indianapolis. But yeah, Omar Spates playing fantastic early this season. Like I said, 4 interceptions, and you know, part of that is being in the right spot at the right time. Part of that is just playing the reads better than others. And we completely whiff on the tackle from Omar Spates there, so not the brightest moment from him after hyping him up a little bit, but that's more on my ability than his. And Anthony Richardson scrambles for about 20 yards on that play, brings him up to the 45-yard line now. This will be play action here to AR. Throw up over the top. They have the tight end. That is caught, Tyler Warren. And they're down to the 34-yard line now on our side of the field here. 1st and 10, 2:20 as they come out of the huddle, look to snap this ball. This will be a handoff. Jonathan Taylor off the left side, trucks the defender, gets out there, big hit, still gets off of the hit, and he is still going down the sideline to the 18. Jonathan Taylor had him wrapped up in the backfield at the line of scrimmage. And then again and again and again, and he still breaks off the tackles there for a nice gain. And they will go ahead and hand this one off to him again. Omar Spates, big hit, can't bring him down. Finally a loss of 3 on the play, though, as we do Omar Spates the first to make contact. And we will see what we can do here. 2nd and 13, backing the Colts up 3 yards. 21-yard line. This will be play action here. Throwing over the middle. That is caught and in for a touchdown. Josh Downs with the catch for 6. And Indy will make it 7-0 with this extra point. We'll see what Matthew Stafford and Kyron Williams and this Rams offense can do here on our 3rd offensive possession of the day. Only 34 total yards here with a minute left in the first quarter. So we're going to see if we can start moving the ball down the field a little bit. Nice gain of 1 there on the first down play, Kyron Williams. Probably not having the start to his day that he would have wanted, but as long as we can score some points on this drive, I will not complain. 2-2 Atwell on the whip right here would not be bad. We're not going to have him. We have Devontae. Can we get it out to him? We can. That'll be caught. He'll break off a tackle, get enough for the first, about 11 on that play. And we will get up to the line here, see what we can do before the quarter ends. We're going to hold in Kyron Williams to block here, put Tyler Higbee on an in route. 2-2 Atwell on that deep go on the left sideline would not be a bad play. We do have over the middle Devontae Adams. He sits down in the middle of the field. Nice pitch and catch from the quarterback to the receiver. That will end the first quarter. All right, we come back out, start of the second quarter here. And we are at the 48-yard line across midfield. Now we're going to dump this one out to Kyron Williams. He has room to work, gets a first down there, 10 yards on that play. And we'll hand it right back off to him here on 1st and 10 from the 37 now. Need to score points on this drive. Cannot give Indy the ball back, down 7-0. And we get a yard there with Kyron Williams on first down. The interior of this offensive line is really a point of emphasis that we need to work on after this season in our first draft and our first offseason. So we're going to see what we can do. We have Devontae up the left sideline. Can we fit that in there for him? We can. That is a caught and a touchdown. Devontae Adams, Matthew Stafford hits him on the left side on the go route. Burns his man, and with this extra point, we will make it 7-7 here in the start of the second quarter. Great pass there. Kind of what we expect from Devontae Adams, burning his corner, burning his man, and getting into the end zone. Need to see more of it. Yes, we're 2-1, but we could easily be 3-0 right now. A very disappointing Eagles game in week 3. And we need to make a tackle on Tyler Warren. We finally do after pickup of about 80 yards on that play. That is just insane. I changed some of the sliders again. I'll probably show them after this game, but tweaked the user settings to kind of make it a little more difficult, hopefully, and one of them was tackling. Might have changed it too much. But we only allow a yard on that first down play. Makes it 2nd and 9 now from the 45-yard line. This will be a throw, an RPO. Get out there. There is a flag on the play, and that might be roughing the passer. Offensive pass interference. We're going to go ahead and accept this. Backs it up to 2nd and 19, so a 10-yard flag on that offensive PI. And we will see what we can do now. 2nd and 19. Colts are going to run an RPO again. Big hit on downs. 3rd and 16. That is Cam Curl with the big hit. Now, this is a big opportunity for our defense to get off the field here. Hold them on 3rd and 16 from getting a first down. Throw up over the left side. Josh Downs incomplete. Can't make the catch. Overthrown a little bit by Anthony Richardson. And we get the Colts offense off the field just under 7 minutes as we snap this ball. First play of the drive from the 16-yard line. We're going to hand it off to Kyron Williams here. Has nowhere to run. Loss of 1 on the play. Starting behind the chains is not a recipe for success on offense, and we have been doing it a lot in the first couple weeks of this season. Kyron Williams out of the backfield can't get off of one of the defenders. DeForest Buckner swats that ball down. Quickly 3rd and 11 here. We're going to try and see what we can do to convert this long 3rd down play. Tyler Higbee over the middle would be great. We're going to lob it up to Devontae Adams. That should be overthrown, and it is incomplete. All right, 2nd and 3 to start this drive after a 7-yard catch. Nice throw from Anthony Richardson. Handoff here. Jonathan Taylor can't make... Oh, my God, he gets off the tackle again. Witherspoon needs to beat him. McKellar Witherspoon can't make a tackle. Finally, Byron Young brings him down. A run of about 30 yards on that play. And we just cannot tackle Jonathan Taylor right now in the open field. 1st and goal from the 7. I would expect them to run the ball here. They do hand off. It's a throw up over the top. Another RPO. Tyler Warren, touchdown Colts. All right, coming out for our first play of the drive. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. We're going to hand off to Kyron Williams here. We do have a lane up the left sideline. Gain 4 on that play up to the 34-yard line there. Going to throw here 2nd and 6. We do have Tutu Atwell off the left side. He will get up and enough for the first down. Gets about 8 on that play. And we're going to throw again here. 4:30 as we come out of the huddle here. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Rolling Stafford does have room to throw it. Kyron Williams can't make the catch out of the backfield there. All right, 2nd and 10 now on the field. 43-yard line after the incompletion. Tried getting it to Kyron Williams out of the backfield. Under pressure as we threw, couldn't quite fit it in. Puka Nacua off the right side. That's going to be picked off for a touchdown. Didn't think the defender was going to sit there. Threw it with anticipation. Probably should have thrown it sooner if I was going to. And that is picked off, taken back for 6. Very bad decision by me. Did not see the corner there. Just a bad throw. Tutu Atwell makes a nice catch. Gets about 8 on that play. Jordan Hicks on the tackle. And we will look to quickly score some points here on this drive. 3:20 as we snap this ball, 2nd and 2. Devontae Adams underneath. We have him on the in route. Makes the catch. Gets it up to the 48-yard line. Nice play there to Devontae Adams, our stud receiver. And would love to score a touchdown here on this drive. Get back within 1 score here before halftime. Have the receiver. That is Tutu Atwell up the left sideline on the deep crosser. Big hit out of bounds to the 21, so right outside the red zone now. And 2:30 as we come up to the line here in the first half. We're going to hand this one off to Kyron Williams on 1st down. Have a lane quickly closes after a 1-yard gain there. And we're going to look for some misdirection here, hoping to get the screen pass out to Kyron Williams. That will be the 2-minute warning. All right, coming out of the 2-minute warning, it is 2nd and 9 after a 1-yard run play. And we're going to roll with Stafford here. Don't have a lot of speed from Stafford. Throw that away. 3rd and 9 now. A field goal wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Obviously looking for the touchdown after the nice couple of plays we've strung together to start this drive. But we will see what we can do here on 3rd and 9 to keep this drive going here. Going to have to throw that one away. It is incomplete. Hits the turf. All right. Indy comes back out on the field from the 24-yard line after the kickoff return. And we will see what Anthony Richardson can do with 1:43 left. All 3 timeouts before halftime. Quickly throwing over the middle there. Landman can't get to. Tyler Warren breaks off a tackle. We might need to change that slider. We cannot have every single tackle be a missed tackle or a broken tackle. Omar Spates back out on the field now. 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Can we get to Anthony Richardson? We can't. Omar Spates tries to get him, slides down at the other 45 now. And we are timeout Indy, but we are getting dominated on every aspect of the defensive side of the ball here by Indy's offense. It is not looking good. 1:03 left on the clock from the 45. Throw over the middle. That is tipped, almost picked off by Landman. Incomplete. Nice coverage there from the corner that was on downs. And Omar Spates back out on the field now. 5 wide for Anthony Richardson from the gun. 2nd and 10 here. And it will be a throw. Tyler Warren wide open. No one covering him. His 5th catch for 88 yards in the first half here. And we're going to see what we can do. 1st and 10 from the 31 now to try and stop this Colts offense. Richardson rolling, has no one, will scramble. Need to hit him, force a fumble. We can't. Down to the 20, timeout Colts. Richardson should not be able to roll like that and scramble and not get hit until he's past the 1st down marker. We need to get a body on him. Richardson rolling again, has room to work. He will get into the end zone. Touchdown Colts. We need to try and do something. 4 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown there if you couldn't see it for Devontae Adams. And with 3 timeouts, we need to play aggressive here. Not afraid of turning the ball over here before halftime. Have to get something on the scoreboard here. Over the top for Tyler Higbee. That is incomplete. Couldn't quite fit it into him. We are not going to be running the ball here. We are going to be throwing from the shotgun. 5 wide is not a bad option here. Yes, 17 seconds, but we have 3 timeouts. Need to get something going here. Tyler Higbee on that out route looks enticing. We're not going to have him. We're going to throw it to Nacua. That is incomplete. And 3rd and 10 now from the 13. Indy does have a timeout, so we have to be conscious of that. We cannot turn the ball over here on our side of the field. We're going to throw it up over the top. That is Whittington on the play. He will be incomplete, out of bounds, not able to make the catch on the throw. And we'll go ahead and go for it here, 4th and 10. Throw up a Hail Mary here on our 29-yard line. Not at all going to get close to the end zone here, but we will try. Going to throw to Davante Adams down the left sideline. Maybe we can get lucky, get PI or something. That is up and incomplete. End of the first half. And right there is breaking a lot of tackles, hitting a lot of our defenders, and causing a lot of havoc in the ground game. Need to bring him down quickly here to start this drive. Looks like they're going to be another RPO. Cam Curl is just distracted, not even paying attention. Too focused on Tyler Warren there, and we are quickly pushed back to the 40-yard line here as the Colts start off with a big play for a first down on this drive. This will be a handoff, big play by Braden Fisk in the backfield, loss of 2. And we are showing signs of life here on defense after a big play on the first play of this drive. Need to make consecutive good plays here on defense. Over the middle, Tyler Warren makes the catch. That'll be enough for a first down and then some. This will be play action over the middle. We have sacked Braden Fisk with the sack. Backs him up 6 yards. And 16 now after the sack from Braden Fisk. Over the middle, that's underneath. Tyler Warren makes the catch. Spates brings him down after a gain of 14. It is quickly 3rd and 2 here from the 39-yard line. We're not going to blitz here, but we are going to be mindful that they do run the ball a lot here. Richardson up over the top. That is caught. How is that caught? What a throw to Alec Pierce. Down into the red zone at the 20-yard line here. What a throw, Anthony Richardson to Alec Pierce. Over the middle, that is caught. Michael Pittman Jr. makes the catch down to the 9-yard line, gain of 11 there. Heavy set here for the Colts offense. They're going to be handing this off. Jonathan Taylor, nice tackle in the backfield. Loss of 1 on the play. That's Kinchins that makes the tackle there. And Nicholas Moreau on the field now. Richardson in the gun. He has Taylor to his right. That is into the end zone. Touchdown, Alec Pierce. And the Colts take a 35-10 lead with this extra point. We need to get something going here. I really wanted to establish the run, hoping to make a stop on defense to start the second half, but not able to do it. So going to have to try and throw it here a little bit more. DeForest Buckner gets up, tips that one incomplete. Good play by the defensive lineman. And we are quickly 2nd and 10 here from the 30. Throw it underneath. That is Tutu Atwell. Makes a man miss. Makes another miss up to the 47. That's enough for 17 yards and a first down. Davante Adams being pressed on the left side of the field. If that safety stays over the middle, we might have a touchdown here. Davante Adams will chuck it up to him. He has his man beat. Can he get down there? He can. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Davante Adams deep down the left sideline. He's burned his man over there twice today for a touchdown. That is the Rams offense we are so used to seeing in the first couple weeks of this franchise. And we need it back here to have a chance to get into this game and win. We make it 35-17 here. We need to make a stop on defense now. First task is stopping this Colts offense here, though, on this drive. That is a read option. Anthony Richardson has a wide open lane down the right side of the field. We need to hit him. Hit him, please. Force a fumble. Big hit. Nicholas Moreau gets it to midfield. Anthony Richardson, 95 yards on 7 carries today. Colts rushing attack has about 150 yards on the ground right now. They will hand this one off to Jonathan Taylor. No, it's an RPO again. Witherspoon get out there on downs, makes the tackle after an 8-yard gain. And we have no answers for this offense. We're going to run QB contain here against Anthony Richardson. They will hand it off. Landman can't make the tackle. Big hit on Taylor. Gains 1 on the play. Makes it 3rd and 1. Omar Spates on the tackle. And they need 1 yard. We are going to commit to a run up the middle. This should be a quarterback sneak. It is. They get the first, though. God, there's just really no way to contain that. That is really disappointing. They're not able to contain that play. They do get the first down. This will be play action. Can we get there with Byron Young? We can't throw away from Richardson, though. 2nd and 10 now. No one open down the field. And we're lucky he didn't try and run that one. We're going to go ahead and pinch the defensive line here. This should be a run. Chris Paul can't make the tackle. Witherspoon can't bring him down. Braden Fisk does from behind after a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5 now on the play. Omar Spates on the field. This will be a read option. Can we make the tackle? Big hit. Witherspoon forces the fumble. Kitchens picks it up down the right sideline. He has room to run. Down to the 30, to the 20. Pittman chasing him 10-5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. 35-17. It is now going to be 35-24 in the third quarter. A big forced fumble on Richardson has been running around on us all day, and we finally get to him, pop the ball out, and bring it back for 6. To make another stop here as the Colts come back out on offense. And we're going to be running more QB contain here, that is for sure. Seemed to start working there on that drive, and Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield, big run, has some room to work, broken tackle, another broken tackle up to the 45. The story of today's game, they have been getting off of the line of scrimmage quickly and getting a lot of open field running yards. Braden Fisk, big move on the center, bull rush, not able to bring Richardson down. We need to hit him again, force another fumble. We can't, down to the 30. A big run for Anthony Richardson, has over 120 yards now in the game. And this will be a handoff to Jonathan Taylor up the right side. We need to get him down. We can. Gain of 2 on that play. 1 minute now after the gain of 2. And we're going to run more QB contain here. Try and bring Richardson down again. 2nd and 8. This will be a handoff to Jonathan Taylor. He has room to work. Broken tackle, gets a first down. Gets about 12 on that play. This will be a handoff. Richardson, we need to get out there. We can make the tackle behind the line. That is Reeder on the tackle, loss for 1. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Down 35-24, showing signs of life, but the Colts driving in our territory. We need to make some plays and make a stop here. All right, back here for the start of the fourth quarter, and we need to make a stop here quickly. Gonna see what we can do here. That is an RPO. Need to get out there to make a tackle on Pittman. We can. Gain of 6 on the play, but brings up 3rd and 5. Need something here. We're going to slant to the right and run quarterback contain again on Richardson. That will be a handoff. Jonathan Taylor has nowhere to go. Loss of 1 on the play. Big hit from Cam Curl. That'll force a field goal attempt out of the Indianapolis Colts. Would make it 38-24, but would keep it a 2-possession game, and that is what it is, 38-24. And we will come back out here, try and get our way back into this game on offense. All right, after a 1-yard run to Kyron Williams, we come back out on offense. Devontae Adams being pressed again. We're going to run Tutu Atwell as well on a go route. If one of those safeties comes down, we might have one of them. Devontae Adams has his man beat, but it is incomplete, thrown to the turf. Quickly 3rd and 9 here on this possession with 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. Not able to get that throw off. Would have had Devontae deep, potentially for a touchdown on that play. Tutu Atwell has his man beat down the left sideline. Can we get that out to him? He makes the catch and he's going into the end zone. That is a touchdown. Oh my goodness. Tutu Atwell in for the deep touchdown. Whoever that corner is playing over on the left side of the defense today has been torched by our receivers. Tutu Atwell has his first touchdown of the game. Devontae had 2 on that side of the field. Deep pass from Matthew Stafford. And with the extra point, it will be a 7-point game here with 8:11 left in the fourth quarter. And Anthony Richardson and this Colts offense come back out on the field now. Gonna run quarterback contain like we have been. We're just gonna see what we can do here to hold this Colts offense. Richardson rolling, he will take off. Big hit on him, does not fumble. 2nd and inches 9 on the ground there for Richardson. Thought for a second we might be able to force a fumble there out of Richardson, but we do not. Going to continue running quarterback contain here. Make him play up the middle. That is a handoff. Jonathan Taylor. Big hit on him. Fumble. Jonathan Taylor fumbles. Braden Fisk picks it up. We recover at the 35. No way he was down there. Fumbled that ball as he was standing. Braden Fisk, our big D tackle up the middle, recovers. I don't know who made the hit. I believe that might have been Cam Curl that made the hit. The 3rd Indianapolis turnover of the game, and down 7 with 7:30 left in the fourth. We have the ball on offense now. Kyron Williams, big hole up the middle, gets 11 on that play. First down to the 24. And we are rolling here after the fumble recovery. This is what we needed, a big comeback, a big, nice win. Kyron Williams bounces it out right, has room to work up the right sideline, gets 5 on that, bringing up a 2nd and 5 now. And we're going to go ahead and hand it off to him again here. Still have not seen Blake Corum in the game today. He is in the power back role. Haven't had a lot of chances to run from the power set. Loss of 1, 3rd and 6 now. But I can imagine if we do get the lead at any point, and he is in the game actually here on 3rd and 6, we will see him out of the backfield. Probably won't end up throwing to him. Devontae Adams up the seam here would not be a bad option. We do have Higbee over the middle. That is tipped incomplete. Hit. Batted down at the line. And they want us to go for it here, and I think we will go ahead and go for it from the 20-yard line. A field goal doesn't do anything for us. So we will see what we can do here. 4th and 6 from the 20. I like Puka on the corner. I like Higbee as well. We'll go ahead and make sure it's beyond the first down line. We have Higbee. If we can get that to him, we can. That is caught, first down. Tyler Higbee, Rams do pick up the first there. Nice throw from Matthew Stafford to fit it in there before the defender got to him. And it is 5:35 left in the game now from the 12-yard line. We snap this ball up the middle. Kyron Williams has room to work. Picks up 6 on that play to the 6-yard line. Don't want to leave too much time for the Colts to try and drive down and score here, but don't want to leave too little time in case they do go and score. We'll throw that one to Puka Nacua. Nice catch. Gets a yard on that play. Brings up 3rd and 3 here. And we have to convert this one to keep our drive alive and keep the comeback alive here. Looking for Puka Nacua on the slant right here. We have him. Can we fit it in? That is a touchdown. And with the extra point, we will tie it here at the midway mark of the 4th quarter. Brings it to a 38-38 tie. And at the 24-yard line, Anthony Richardson will come back out here with a tie game. Not what he was expecting coming into the second half, I can imagine. But that is where we are at now, and we will see what he can do coming out in the gun and empty here. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Will sit over the middle. That is incomplete. Nicholas Moreau breaks up the pass there. Nice hit. Able to break that up as he tries to make the tackle. 2nd and 10 now from the 24. Richardson over the middle has downs. Picks up 6 on that play, bringing up 3rd and 4 here. And we're going to go ahead and see what we can do. Richardson over the middle has someone off the right side. That is Tyler Warren. Makes the tackle, but it is a first down. Picks up 6 on that play to the 35-yard line. So we're going to see what we can do here. Running the cornerback blitz. Can we get to him? We can't. Can't bring him down. He throws it away. 2nd and 10 after the throwaway. Lake could not wrap up Richardson. Not able to bring him down to the ground there. But a nice throwaway. 2nd and 10 here. That'll be a screen to Downs. He has room to work. Breaks free. Nicholas Moreau, the last line of defense. Cam Curl, can he get to him? He cannot in for the touchdown. Oh, not what you want to see after we come back from multiple possessions. We let Josh Downs get free on a screen pass for the touchdown. It'll be 45-38 after this extra point from Indy. With 3:13 left, we will see if we can go down and tie the ball game up here late into the 4th quarter. Not what you want to see on defense after really what has been a fantastic defensive performance in the second half. The scoreboard obviously does not show it, doesn't do it justice, but was a great second half performance from our defense. A lot of turnovers, exactly what we needed, really timely turnovers as well. And from the 26-yard line, we'll come back out on offense now, down 7 again. Devontae Adams, 5 catches on 5 targets, 126 yards, and those 2 touchdowns. I mean, really has been dominant in this game. And we need to see what we can get going here on offense. Not really going to be able to run the ball too much here. We're going to look for Devontae off the right side. We have him. That is actually Puka Nacua, my bad. Picks up about 15 on that play. And under 3 minutes as we snap this ball here in the 4th quarter. Looking for Devontae. Have him over the middle. Can't get the ball off in time before we are hit. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 now from the 41, but stops the clock here in the 4th quarter. Tutu Atwell over the middle of the field. That is caught for 5 yards. And we're going to try and get up to the line quickly here and run a couple more plays before the 2-minute warning. Should at least be able to get one more off here, trying to convert. Devontae Adams pressed on the left side. If he gets past his man, that is a touchdown. We have him. Chuck it up. Going up to make the catch. That is incomplete. Tipped. Put a little too much air under that. Did not lead him fast enough or far enough down the field there. And with 2:02 left in the 4th quarter, we have a 4th and 5 now from the 46-yard line. Going to make sure Tyler Higbee has a first down there on that in route. We will throw it to him. Can't get the ball off. Turnover on downs. Incomplete on 4th and 5 there. And at the 2-minute warning, down 7, we go back out on defense here, trying to make one final stop. Colts in 5 wide to start this drive. Throw out to the left side. That is out of bounds. Pittman, nice catch for 4 yards. Not exactly sure why they're doing that there, but we're going to run a quarterback contain still because Richardson is still a threat running the ball here. Another screen play to Alec Pierce. Breaks a tackle, gets a couple of yards. We're going to have to call our first time out here. A disappointing play on defense gets them into field goal range. And Colts can put this one away quickly here. A pitch play to the tight end, Kansas City Chiefs style. And that is a gain of 6 down to the 24. We're going to have to call another timeout here. I thought I called timeout. Wasted a couple of seconds off the clock before they broke, or after they broke the huddle there. That is another RPO. Josh Downs out on the right side. We'll call our last timeout. That is ball game. Colts can go ahead and kneel this one out. They will go to 3-1. We will fall to 500 at 2-2. A 45-38 loss here in week 4. Well, a really difficult game on offense and defense for us. Turned it on in the second half for sure. Down 10 going into, down 18 going into halftime at a 28-10 game. End up losing 45-38. Matthew Stafford, 4 touchdowns, the interception, obviously, 327 yards. Completed 48% of his passes. Were pressured a lot, so a lot of kind of throwaways and throws into the ground. Kyron Williams, 14 for 40. Have to make an effort to establish the run early in games. That is what's gotten us down so quickly in these last 2 games, which we've lost. Need to be able to establish run. Tutu Atwell. I said it before the game. He can play his way into a contract extension with us for sure. And 6 for 140 and a touchdown can definitely do that. He tied up the game with that long touchdown in the 4th quarter. Devontae Adams doing his thing. 5 for 126 and 2 touchdowns. Amazing day from him. Puka Nacua, not as much. Tutu Atwell kind of took away some of the targets from him. But 4 for 38 did have a touchdown, so not bad at all. On the defensive side of things, Cam Curl with 10 tackles, had 1 TFL. 2 TFLs for Braden Fisk, did have our lone sack of the game. And then an interception, Omar Spates, his league-leading 4th. Out of LSU, it's his 2nd season. He's a 77 overall. He is someone I would love to try and develop. So having 4 interceptions through the first 4 weeks of the season, definitely a good indicator that we can try and develop him into something more, and our linebacker of the future. So not obviously the final score we would have wanted, but we made a valiant comeback attempt. In the 3rd and 4th, put up 28 points. Wasn't enough to beat Indy. We'd go down 45-38, and we are going to hop out here and see what we need to do before next week. All right, we are here in week 5 now. Thursday night primetime, 3-1 Niners, 2-2 LA Rams. Thank you guys for watching. I've had a lot of fun. The first episode has over 60 views on it already, which in the first, as I'm recording this, it's 3 days after it came out. Mind-blowing. Has, I think, 10 likes so far. So a lot of the views are actually engaged and watching the episode. I think the average runtime has been like 15 or 20 minutes. So thank you guys for actually watching the episode and watching the videos. It's been a lot of fun to make this Rams franchise. I think it's a different take on the normal franchise, I guess, like rebuild that a lot of YouTubers do. Especially last year, I picked a team in the Seahawks that really had a couple of bright spots, but really needed a lot of work to be able to contend. And I think my main mistake was going into that, franchise with the mindset that, okay, I can go really slow with these videos because it's going to take a while and people will be interested. But no, I think that churning out the videos as quick as possible so that you guys have more to watch is fun. And so that's kind of why I picked the Rams here, because I wanted a team that, while yes, they have really good players, they have a quarterback that took them to a Super Bowl, won them a Super Bowl, can still do that. He's not going to be on the team much longer. So I think that it's a very interesting thing. Can we go in and compete this last season with Matthew Stafford, or do we need to just blow it up at the end of the year, trade him in the offseason, or if he retires, just let him retire, and then find our quarterback in the future? Or do we keep him another year and let our quarterback of the future sit behind him for a year? You never know. So at 2-2 going into week 5 against the 3-1 Niners, we have a lot to look forward to for the season. Go against the Ravens and the Jags in week 6 and 7. I believe our bye week is week 9 or 10. So we'll get into this game in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.